Hey polish fans, it's Caroline again and welcome to another video here at Wild One Lacquer. In today's video, we are jumping into October nail polish releases. It is October 1st as I'm filming, and we already have a ton of polishes releasing today. So some of them have already launched as I'm filming. One of them even launched at like midnight between the 30th and the 1st, so those have been live now for over 12 hours. And then some of them have yet to launch, but will launch later on today, such as Victorian Varnish. And then there are a few more for the upcoming week or so. As you can see, most of the month is not filled in yet. I do have the Little Box of Horrors up there, and then of course there is going to be HHC, which I guess I should just add because we already know when that's going to be. All right, there we go. So I also had some questions on my last video about what the colors on my little spreadsheet mean. So I thought I would briefly go over that before we jump right in. The gray basically means that it is a release that I skipped. I did not purchase. The purples are ones that I did purchase from. The white is just upcoming, although this has already passed, but I haven't highlighted it because I do plan on picking them up when they restock, but maybe I should move that to something else because I think the restock is like for Black Friday. And then for green are the ones that I haven't shared on my channel yet. So those are the ones that we're going to be going over today. And we're actually going to be going back to the very end of September for a couple of polishes that released at the end of September that I also hadn't really shared. Now, there was a few more here and there, like I think Fancy Gloss I didn't really share with you guys, and a few others that I found after my last video for September, but those I already sort of mixed in with the did I purchase or not categories. So we're going to start with Moonshine Manny. They actually had their mix along batches go live earlier this week. So here they are on the website. We have Brewing Up Trouble, Ghoul's Choice, Pumpkin Guts, Rotten Candy, Joy von Schweetz, Wicked Charcuterie, which was a Facebook custom, and Ravenclaw Wit and Learning 2.0, and then into the Vintage Goth collection, which released earlier in September. So that is what is available from Moonshine Manny. There are definitely a couple that could be interesting. I like Brewing Up Trouble. That one has some really great shifts in it. I like that brown to red tone that it has. This one is described as a mysterious deep olive. That's another thing that I like about this one. Holographic, flowing with purple, blue, gold, red, black multichrome shimmer, and gold, bronze, silver multichrome flakes. So I, as you guys may have seen, have definitely jumped headfirst into the Prugly category. So grungy browns, interesting greens, all of those colors have really been right up my alley lately. So this one falls kind of into that same category where it is an interesting mix of green with a brown hue to it, and then it has some grungy gold in there with those flakies. So this one could be interesting. Then Zombie Claw teamed up with Cracked Nail Polish to release a custom collab duo. Now, as far as I am aware, I think Cracked's supply of that duo has sold out on their website, but it should still be available on the Zombie Claw website. So this is called the Gore and More Duo. It is a limited edition duo, so a set of 2 polishes. Long Live the Prom Queen is the polish from Zombie Claw, and it is described as a dangerously glamorous purple base filled with holographic orange glitters and black, red, gold flakies. Then Slash and Dash is from Cracked, and that one is a deep ruby red that's packed with hypnotic red and gold shimmers. So here is the duo. And like I said, I'm pretty sure it was sold out on the Cracked website, but you can still get it here on Zombie Claw. So that was it for the tail end of September. And those two I do think I'm going to be skipping out on personally. September was already quite a big month for me on nail polish purchases, as you can see by all of the purple. Yeah. All right, moving on to October. The first one is from Emily DeMolly. They have a new collection that just launched today called After the Fall. And actually, I'm not sure if that is the name of the collection or not. Hang on. It might not have a name. The collection might just be their October 2024 set. But After the Fall is one that is on this release that is in my wish list. This is one of their magnetics, and it is described as a khaki green nail polish with a large particle green, purple, red shifting multi-chrome pigment and a pale gold chameleon magnetic effect. So I like the different colors that you're seeing around the edges. You're getting that purple and red shift. Now this one does have a predominant gold magnetic pull. It is called Pale Gold to Champagne. So that does sort of make me hesitate about this, but as I mentioned before, I have been loving the green polishes, and this one is a very beautiful deep khaki green, and then it has that larger particled, like brighter tone of green on top of that, plus those shifts to the purple and red, and that is definitely what is catching my eye here. So we'll see if I'm going to get that one. The other one that I have on my wish list is Flicker in Time, another magnetic. This one is a khaki green, again with a strong copper, gold green shifting aurora shimmer and a blue to purple shifting magnetic effect. So this one should be pretty interesting. I like the colors again that we're seeing in that base mixed with this softer blue magnetic effect. Here it is in a velvet effect, which is going to look really interesting against that base color. So yeah, this is another one where I need to see if I'm going to end up getting it or not, but it has been on my wish list. Another one that I thought I would just mention because it is restocked is this one called Enjoy the Fall. This would be on my wish list if I didn't already own it. This is yet another khaki green nail polish, but this one looks very, very different because instead of being a magnetic effect, this is a flaky, so it is loaded with pink, gold, green shifting iridescent flakes and gold holographic micro glitters. So this is incredibly fall in a bottle. It's got that sort of a mix between a green and a mustard, and then of course it has those orange flakes, that orange shift in those flakes. All in all, a beautiful polish. Like I said, this would be on my wish list if I did not already own it. And oh my goodness, look at that green in the bottle. That is stunning, absolutely glorious. I need to get this one out for my fall rack because this is definitely one that could have gone in my Pruglies fall rack video, and I failed to pull anything from my Emily DeMolly. So that one needs to come out and get on my fingers because that is absolutely stunning. So that was Emily DeMolly. Next up on the first is Glisten and Glow. They have a Fall in Love with New England collection of creams, and you guys, more Pruglies, at least one in the Pine Tree Estate. And yes, that is on my wish list. So there are 6 creams, or you can get the entire collection for $60. We have a purple, a like slate blue, a teal, a tree green, like a dusty tree green, a granite blue, and then this amazing Prugly, like how would you even describe this? They're calling it a sepia brown. I would almost call this a mix between, again, like a khaki and a mustard, and it is so interesting. So yes, this one is on my wish list. I want to grab this for sure. Like I said, I have been plunging headlong into the Pruglies hardcore. And yeah, this is my first year officially wearing them, even though as I mentioned in one of my other videos, or maybe a few of them at this point, I have been slowly building my collection of them for years. I just, find them in D-stashes or mostly mystery boxes, and I held on to them because I thought they were interesting. But this was the year that I got them on my nails and loved them. So this one is definitely going to be coming home with me. It strikes me as a very unusual color. So that one was the Pine Tree State. The other one that is on my wish list is the Granite State. This one is that sort of a granite blue. It is described as a dusty periwinkle cream. And yeah, again, sort of an unusual tone of blue. It's got that dusty quality to it. In some lighting, it does lean much grayer. And I think that also is going to depend on how many coats you use, as well as what lighting you're in and your skin tone. So this one strikes me as a rather unusual color as well, and their creams are fantastic. So I'm excited to see this one. I like this color for fall. It's got that dusty gray, is it blue sort of a look to it. So that one was the Granite State. And then the other one that is on my wish list is not the purple, surprisingly, although that is a gorgeous shade. But the other one on my wish list is another green. This is the Green Mountain State. This is a seaweed green cream polish. And again, you guys, a stunning shade. It has that pinch of a dusty tone to it while still having a vibrancy and a saturation to it. It is very, very pretty, and even though this doesn't really fall into the Pruggly realm, I've also been expanding the shades of green that I have been enjoying, so this one needs to come home with me as well. I like in this color, at least in this lighting here, you can see that it does kind of start to take on a little bit more of a yellow hue to it, depending again on probably lighting, skin tone, how many coats you use, etc. But yeah, another one that is utterly gorgeous, so that one needs to come home with me as well. That one was the Green Mountain State. But as you can see, there are 3 other ones, a purple called the Constitution State, an ocean blue-gray called the Ocean State, and then that teal is the Bay State. Next up, 1422 Designs had a release, and I actually didn't find too much information about it. It was something that I saw on Facebook as I was scrolling through the feed, and I saw that they were going to be having some releases. It looks like Evening Royalty is their October 2024 release, maybe like their monthly polish. This is described as a grade purple nail polish infused with bright purple shimmer. Very beautiful. I'm not sure if this is going to make it to my wish list necessarily. Purple is one of my favorite polishes, my favorite colors in general, but I do have a ton of them, so I'm trying to be a little bit more particular about the ones that I end up adding to my collection, especially at full price. Although I will say their prices here at 1422 are fantastic, only $11 per bottle. So that one was Evening Royalty. Cosmos also is listed for October, and that one's only $9. This might be their birth month flower creams, if I'm reading that correctly. This one is a warm plum with soft pink hues in a cream finish. So another beautiful color. This one also might look slightly different depending on skin tone and lighting. And then their collection for the month, Big Open Sky. This one has Desert Earth, Cactus Flower, Switchbacks Ugg, Big Open Sky, and Refrigerator Canyon. I would say of these polishes, the one that catches my eye is this one here, that orangey terracotta brownie orange. Okay, so that one looks like it is Desert Earth, and that is described as a rich, warm, earthy red cream nail polish. So this is probably another one that's going to vary depending on your skin tone, lighting, and all of that. It's got that blend of like a earthy red, like they describe it, with that brown and orange. So I love hues like that. Again, depending on your skin tone and lighting, it's probably going to vary wildly about if it looks more like a neutral on you or if it looks more like a rust shade. So that one definitely catches my eye. I, of course, love my rusty, earthy oranges. So that one should probably be one that I at least consider getting. So that one was Desert Earth. Next up, with by far the biggest wish list I have for this month so far, is Clionadh Cosmetics. They have their Unlucky 13 release, so already right there it's a collection of 13 polishes coming out all at once. Caitlin Swatches does have her affiliate code you can use if you would like a discount off of your order, but as you can see, I have a ton on my wish list from Clionadh Cosmetics. So this is their Halloween launch for 2024. They are also releasing more of their stained glass eyeshadows, as well as a mini Halloween advent or boxed set. Maybe they're just calling it their mini monsters, but let's go ahead and take a peek at the nail polish. So here is that mini Halloween set. It is 5 nail polishes. And the only reason I wouldn't really say this is for me is I don't really like mini bottles. I have a thing against them. For just my own personal preferences, I just really don't want mini bottles. But it is only $24.94 for the boxed set of 5. You get Warty Witch, which is a topper with a bunch of different kinds of glitter. It looks like that one is this one here. You have Malevolent Mummy, which is a taupe linear hollow reminiscent of a dusty linen wrapping. You have Grotesque Goblin, which is a slime green polish packed with pink, orange, yellow shifting flakes and also glows in the dark. You then have Vile Vampire. This is a pale white curly with iridescent rainbow glitter and metallic blood red flakes. And then last but not least, you have Zoophagous. I'm not sure about that. I've never seen that word before, but looks like Zoophagous Zombie, a decaying brown base with blue shimmer and green flakes. So An interesting little combo there if you were interested in the mini set. But onto their bigger collection of full-size polishes, their Unlucky 13 collection. They do vary in price depending on if they are a cream, a flaky, or a shimmer, or whatnot. But you can also get the entire set of 13 for $143.65. Red Sunrise Sailor's Demise is on my wish list. This one is described as a murky sea green base with hot red, orange, yellow, lime, shifting shimmer, and iridescent flakes. So this one is another green polish, you guys. You are going to see a lot of those on my wish list. As I mentioned before, they have just been ones that I'm super interested in lately. The more unusual and the more interesting they can get, the better. And this one is very pretty. You have that incredibly strong red, orange, yellow, lime shifting shimmer, which is another plus for this because I love a good red shifting shimmer. Then depending on the light source and your angle and how many coats you use, you're going to either see more or less of that murky sea green base. It might look darker depending on your skin tone and lighting, or lighter again depending on your skin tone and lighting. But again, what an unusual combination, combining two of my favorite things, green and red. So that one is definitely on my wish list. That was Red Sunrise Sailor's Demise. Next up was Magpies and Ravens. I thought this was a very unusual polish again. This one is a raven black base with a shiny pewter shimmer. The overall effect can look olive toned on the nail. And yes, that is exactly what I like about this is on the nail. It has this murky, grungy, olive toned brown that I absolutely love. So this one is one that definitely caught my attention. And again, depending on your skin tone and lighting, it can look more of that black base, or on Caitlin's nails, I could definitely see that green olive tone to it. So this is another one that I think is super interesting and very unusual. So that was Magpies and Ravens. The next one is a cream that is on my wish list. This one is Macbeth. This is described as a blood-curdling deep maroon cream. So this is one that is going to vary wildly. If you are curious, definitely look at Caitlin Swatch's video of this because it shifts wildly, not in your traditional like multi-chrome shift, but see in this light here, it is almost black. It is a deep maroon, but when you put it in more direct light, you're going to get more of that maroon color to come through like you're seeing here in the bottle. So again, depending on your nail length, your application, and your skin tone and your lighting, this is another one of those interesting colors that will look different in different light situations. So this is probably the lightest it's going to look with that brighter maroon, and then this is potentially the darkest it will look, again depending on your lighting and your skin tone. So this one I thought was very interesting. I love a good maroon or oxblood color, so that was right up my alley. That was Macbeth. A magnetic is on my wish list. This is Broken Mirror. You guys, this one you have to see in Caitlin's video. It is so unusual. So when she was showing the bottles, I was like, silver, whatever, boring, I don't really care. But this one is described as a mirror-like silver magnetic polish comprised of shattered metallic shreds. So this is one, like I said, you have to see it in action because the magnetic effect is really interesting. You have these larger flakes that pull together and it creates this very unusual look on the nail. And this is another one where, again, depending on your lighting, depending on your skin tone, depending on your application and quite a few other things, it can look this dark here or this bright, like this blazingly bright, reflective, almost chrome look. So that really surprised me, seeing Caitlin move it around in her filming room. It looked incredible. So this one is absolutely on my wish list. I cannot wait to play around with this. She also showed this over Macbeth, which was that dark maroon cream. And even though this one is incredibly opaque, it did show off its ability to be an interesting topper over some other colors. But yeah, on its own, it was just spectacular. So that one was Broken Mirror. Then Step on a Crack. This one, you guys, you all. If I get nothing else, I think this has got to be one of the top picks from this collection. And let me just double check. That along with 13 are probably my favorites, and Snake Eyes, but we'll get to those in a second. But this one is described as an emerald purple pink shifting multichrome flake with a linear holographic pigment and a crackled looking finish. So it doesn't have a crackle effect, but it's just the look that those flakes provide on the nail mixed with that really beautiful linear holographic. So again, this is one that when I saw it swatched, I was just gobsmacked. My jaw was on the floor. It is stunning. The hollow flares beautifully. You have this amazing mix of those multichrome flakes, which is one of my favorite things to see in nail polish. I know I have a lot of favorite things in nail polish, but yeah, this one looks absolutely spectacular. I love the shifts. I love the hollow. I love all the colors that you're seeing. So that one is a must grab. That one is Step on a Crack. Another favorite is Snake Eyes. Now this is just a cream, but you guys, again, it's an interesting shade of green. This one is a slithering snake green cream. So this one again looks very interesting. Now this is much brighter than a lot of the Prugly shades of green that I have been really into. But again, it has a very unusual sort of a, is it olive? Is it pear? Is it slime? Also, depending on lighting and skin tone, it can look more olivey, it can look brighter. So again, very interesting and unusual shade here. I thought this would be a nice one to add to the collection. So that was Snake Eyes. Another favorite and a must grab, this is 13. This one is described as using 13 components to make up the polish. It is a pink, peach, yellow shifting magnetic that pulls to reveal a grungy green base, again with the greens, with multicolored flakes and holographic glitter. So again with the greens, and this is sort of that kitcheny sink magnetic that I don't really think we see very often, but wow, it looks amazing. In Caitlin's video, she shows it with the velvet effect as well as the cat's eye, and it has so many beautiful components in here. It's really gorgeous. So that is one that is another must grab for me for the collection. That is 13. Next up, this one I thought was interesting. This one is called Salem. This one is described as a jelly black base with gold holographic glitter. So again, this is one that I have on my wish list because it strikes me as kind of unusual. Now, even though it is described as a black jelly, and it is a black jelly, when it's on the nails, it kind of takes on this bronzy brown hue, which I really thought was interesting. And I like the holographic glitter in this one. It makes for a very beautiful, sparkly look on the nail. And what I thought would be interesting to try with this one is because it is a jelly base, layering this up over a dark green could be very interesting. So that is why this one has caught my attention. It seems like a very fun, very sparkly polish, and I don't think I have anything like this one. Even though I do have some black hollows, those are definitely more on the cream side, and this has that jelly shearer base. So that one was Salem. And then last on my wish list for the collection is Spilled Salt. This one is an iridescent cobalt shimmer speckled with silver reflective micro glitter and holographic flakes. So this is again a very unusual looking polish. It's got a mix of ingredients. I love the holographic flakes, and this one has a nice scattering of micro reflective glitter, so it's going to add a bit of sparkle to it as well. All of that blue seems to be coming from that cobalt shimmer, so you're going to have that kind of a somewhat sheer-ish look to the base, because the base isn't going to be super packed with a colorant, but then you're going to have the holographic flakes and then those glitters, and then that blue is going to come out in that shimmer. So this is one that I thought was very pretty, kind of reminiscent of polishes along the Line with a Thorn in Its Paw lineup from Bee's Knees Lacquer, if you're familiar with that finish. So I thought that this one would be a really beautiful one to add to my collection as well. So that one was Spilled Salt. So those are the ones on my very long wish list from Clionadh Cosmetics. Up next is Victorian Varnish. Now this is one that has not opened yet. Theirs releases at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. But here is what they are releasing. They have quite a lot coming out. They have their 50 Shades to 50 Ways collection coming out of creams. They have their Halloween Topper Trio, some Facebook group customs. They've got 5 of those. And then their October Cog of the Month which is Da-Dum Da-Dum. If you recognize the tune, not that I did it very well, but that is based on Jaws. So that one is on my wish list, you guys. Again, with a Prugly color. I am loving that one so much. I haven't really seen much about the group customs. I'm not really sure what groups those are from per se, but they do look interesting. We have a teal, a like silver to blue to green multichrome, a darker multichrome, a bright like mustard with some red flakes, and then a magnetic that has like a maybe a brown base with a green magnetic pole. But in any case, that is what Victorian Varnish is releasing, and Da-Dum Da-Dum, their October Cock of the Month, is for sure on my wish list, as is Don't Have to Be Coy, and This Is Not a Red Room. Those are two of the polishes releasing in their 50 Shades to 50 Ways collection, but definitely getting a Da-Dum Da-Dum. Next up, on the 1st, we're still on the 1st, you guys. Graceful Lacquer is having their anniversary sale. That is the one that started at midnight in between the 30th and today, October 1st. They are having a sale of 30% off. Next up is Sweet and Sour Lacquer. This is another instance where I didn't really find too much in the way of what they were releasing, just that they did have a release coming out for the month of October starting on the 1st. So here's their polish of the month called Phantom Potion, and it is described as a jelly with purple, red shimmer, and black flakes. So that one should be a beautiful combination. I like the black flakes in it, and of course it is purple. Now, when I was perusing their website, I was noticing that they have overpours. So if you had any on your wish list from their overpours from, what was that, PBE, I think, there are still some available. They have Chicago Henge, Ducky Derby, The Bud, and Cloudgate. The last one is sold out, but they do have quite a few of the other ones available. Then they have quite a few in their discounted and limited edition section. And the sours, this is their Oops. Oh, this is one that I had noticed. So Glitter Goblin is one that is an Oops polish. Somehow it got messed up as she was making it, so she decided to make this an Oops batch and call it Glitter Goblin. She added a whole lot of different kinds of glitter to it, so that one is available as well. I think she might have been the maker that did, yeah, Perfect Pruglies. So these are still available, you guys. I might have to get some of these. She made an entire Prugly collection. We have Prugly as my middle name. That's actually really pretty. It's hideous. I love it. Ugly, who, and it's an eye of the beholder kind of thing. So since I have jumped headlong into Pruglies, I might have to pick up a couple of these like Ugly Who, and it's hideous. I love it. The swatches that I saw of them did lean a bit sheer, like you can see here, and that's actually really pretty. So these probably are ones that you would have to build up a bit or put over a blurring base coat, or like I might do with some of them, put them over a darker green to make them even more Prugly. But yeah, we might have to add some of those to my wish list. But that was Sweet and Sour. Next up, we have a new brand that is launching. This I discovered through Instagram. So this is Unity Colors Creations, and they launch on October 3rd, so we're finally done with the 1st. So this is their Instagram page. As you can see, they have a lot of different colors coming up. I didn't really catch a collection name necessarily, but it looks like they have a handful of polishes that will be releasing on October 3rd with their brand launch. Next up, on the 4th, this is one that I definitely plan on shopping. This is Picture Polish, but since Picture Polish is another overseas brand, they suggest shopping through Color for Nails, and they have a couple of custom polishes coming up. The first one is called Today. This is a collab with Lena Lackert, I think is how you pronounce that, and it is a dark green called Today. And this one is not necessarily on my wish list just because even though it's a green, it's not necessarily a Prugly of any type, but it is a really beautiful dark shade of green. It looks like it has reflective glitter. And the one that is on my wish list is this one here. This one is called September. It is a collab with Allianz World, and it is utterly gorgeous. I forget how they described it. It might have been like amber maybe. And it is such a beautiful, beautiful, gorgeous color. So this is absolutely on my wish list. I will be grabbing this, probably Color for Nails just to save on shipping. But yeah, stunning color here. Absolutely jaw-dropping. When I saw this, it leapt out of me. So that one is September. That one will be coming home with me. Next up, BCB Lacquers is releasing an ugly sweater advent on the 5th. It will be available through the 12th of October. For the polish only, it is 10 bottles for $115, or if you want the full advent, which includes all of the other like nail and body products, it usually comes with like cuticle serums and lotions and a few other fun things. You can get it for $135 for the full advent. And since it's not quite available, I'm not sure if it is going to show on their website, but you can probably check out their Facebook group for previews possibly. But again, that is one of those ones where I didn't really see any previews when I was searching for it. I just saw it listed as when it was available and what would be coming out. So in between filming that first section and trying to finish editing it, I discovered a few more polishes that are releasing the 1st through the 5th of this month. So I thought I would just jump in and film those so that it could be all in one video for at least the first week or so of October. The first one that I saw is another polish that Glisten and Glow is releasing. They have a charity polish that is releasing this month. It is already available. This is called Be Brave, and it is for pediatric cancer awareness and is described as a purple jelly polish with color shifting ghost flakes that shift blue to purple and color shifting shimmers that shift red, orange, yellow, and green. So this is limited. There's only 200 bottles available. So if you want it, I definitely suggest heading on over and purchasing it as soon as you can. It looks really beautiful. And of course it is a charity polish. This one looks like it has a lot of rainbows there in that bottle shot. Very, very pretty. And lots of sparkles. Yeah, lots of beautiful sparkles in that one. So yeah, we already did go over part of the fall collection that they're releasing, but they did have this charity polish that at the time I was unaware of. The next one that I saw on Caitlin Swatch's channel is Cirque Colors, and they are releasing an entire magnetic collection called the Delusional Collection, and it is available now as well. So they have 6 new magnetic polishes. All of them seem to have somewhat of a jelly finish in the base itself, and then all of them have this multichromatic shifting magnetic pull. And a number of these are on my wish list. I'll have to decide if I'm actually going to grab any, because Cirque Colors is one of those brands that is starting to get on the more pricey side of things. They're $14.50 a bottle. Now, I mean, Bee's Knees Lacquer is also $14.50, so it's kind of a give or take, but Bee's Knees Lacquer is also one of my favorite brands. But in any case, price point aside, a lot of these looked really beautiful in Caitlin's video. A lot of the colors really came out to play once you're starting to move the hands around in different lighting. Fool's Paradise was on my wish list. That sort of has this, let's see, was this one a dark purple? Yeah, this was an amethyst purple base with a rose pink, orange, gold green multi-chrome magnetic pigment. So lots of shifting colors in that one. I think Delusions of Grandeur also made it to my wish list. This one, it has an oxblood base with a bronze gold green multi-chrome magnetic pigment. And I think Pipe Dream was also one that made it to my wish list. This one is a Blurple nail polish with a green mint gold multi-chrome magnetic pigment. So again, I'll have to see if I end up grabbing those. But yeah, that is another new release for the month of October. Also releasing today from Bee's Knees Lacquer is a charity polish. It is going to be sold as a mystery, Stronger Together 2024. It is a charity polish to support the victims of a hurricane, and you can find more information at care.org about the charity and all of that. Now, there is a brief spoiler for the polish. It is a lion cousin sibling, and there is a mixing video on the Bee's Knees Lacquer's Instagram's stories, so you can sort of see what you're going to be getting, at least as far as how it looks in the mixing video. So this is one that I have already purchased. Unfortunately, it is, as far as I could discover, the only thing available, so you are stuck paying shipping for just a single polish, but at the same time it is for a good cause. So I did make sure to grab that already. Then coming up on the 3rd, Painted Polish has a new collection coming out. They actually have 2, but this is the only spoiler picture that I have seen so far. So they have 2 collections that are releasing. This one, I forget what the name of it is, but as you can see, there are 8 new polishes, and all of them have what looks to be little black matte flakies in them. So a pretty cute collection. It looks to be sort of half fall, half spring. We have 2 orange shades, 2 sort of like yellow greens, and then the rest are kind of leaning into like dusty pastels. And unfortunately, at the current moment, that's the only thing I know of so far is just that one spoiler picture that I saw on Facebook. Next up, on the 4th, I saw that ILNP has a Coven collection releasing. So this is the collection. It is a 6-piece collection. Pyro is the one that I saw swatches of so far, and it is definitely on my wish list. This one is gorgeous. This one is described as an eerie dark gray blue base igniting with fiery orange shimmer that subtly shifts to a glowing green. So the size of the shimmer in this is gorgeous. It has this lit from within sort of look to it, and I love that blue gray base with that warmer shimmer to it. It is gorgeous. So that is one that is definitely on my wish list. Other than that, I hadn't really seen any spoiler swatches like up close. I probably saw them as I was scanning through Instagram, but none of the other ones really made it to my wish list. This one is Sabrina. This is a red. This one is described as a vampy red base with fiery crimson glow that seems to burn from within. Color shifting red sparkles catch the light, revealing hidden depths that pull you further into its mysterious allure. So this is another one that has that larger particled shimmer size in it, which I love. It sparkles beautifully. So we'll have to see if I end up wanting that one. It's beautiful. And I do love my dark reds. And it looks like they do have 2 magnetics, Ritual and Moonlit. Ritual is a blue with Moonlit being a like charcoal gray. Then we have the purple called Bewitched. This one is a blackened eggplant base, glimmering with pink shimmers that blend into a profound purple when coated within a dark base. So this is again using a larger particled shimmer, which I adore. This one might actually make it to my wish list because, well, it's a purple. Purple is, of course, my favorite color, and I love the fact that it has those pinky red shifts on the nail in this purple base. It looks absolutely gorgeous. So that one was Bewitched. And then the last one in the collection is another blue. Really, they've got 2 blues. So Ritual looks to be more of like the lighter of the 2, even though both of them are dark. And then Darkest Hour is the darker shade of blue. This one is described as a rich black base crackling with vivid blue sparkle that electrifies like lightning across a stormy sky. Silver magnetic sparkle ripples through the darkness while holographic flakes scatter like distant galaxies. So I guess technically this one is in a blackened base, although it is predominantly showing up as blue. You have a lot of sparkle going on, and it looks like it is beautiful and the velvet effect. So that one was Darkest Hour. So that is what's releasing for ILNP. Then Femme Fatale has some new releases coming up this month. This is what I saw on their Facebook page. It looks like they have a couple of special polishes coming out on their website, and a few of these might be their polish pickup offering as well as their HHC. I'm not 100% sure. The Facebook post that I saw these on listed a whole bunch of different things, and I wasn't sure if the image that I saw was including the HHC and PPU, but in any case, these are 4 available polishes for the month of October from Femme Fatale on October 4th. Then on the 5th, Potion Polish is releasing their fall collection. This is a 7-piece collection of beautiful fall colors. It looks like we have 2 possibly reds there at the end, although they might just be polishes that have intense red shimmer in them. 2 different oranges, a green, a blue, and then I'm thinking the one at the far end is maybe a purple or a dark blue with a red shimmer in it. So Potion Polish definitely knows how to do fall collections. So this is one that I'm excited to see more spoilers on and more images as they are released. That seems to be the last one as far as the polishes that are releasing within the next week or so. I'll save HHC for its own wish list, and at that time I'll share things that are coming out around the middle of the month. I think that's what I'm going to try to do, just so it's not like one mass video about what's coming out. And like you can see, I don't really even have the rest of the month filled out. Most of it's still blank. So we're going to have to see what else comes up for October, but we're just getting started. It's only the 1st. But there we have it. That was what I know of that's releasing so far for the month of October. We're just going to unhighlight the ones that I've shared with you guys so far. But yeah, let me know which ones you're excited about. I've got to say, hands down for me, it is Clionadh Cosmetics. That one, as you saw, had a massive wish list for me. Yeah, that one's going to hurt. That it's going to hurt my wallet. But in any case, hopefully you guys had a good time hanging out with me and talking nail polish. Hopefully this was helpful to let you guys know what is coming up this month so far for the month of October. If you're new, think about hitting that little subscribe button down below. That way you don't miss out on any of my new videos. Hopefully you have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you in that next one.